dear ladies, namaste, and welcome to our third day of our beautiful International Devi Circle. I've been thinking there's so many things I'd like to share with you. First of all, thank you for all the beautiful testimonials about Yoga Nidra yesterday. I'm really happy that you felt it and responded to it well, and it is generously offered to remain on the cyberspace, so you can repeat it as well. For today, I wanted to take you on a small journey. I prepared some photos for you just to make it more real for you, and to just share all that I have been blessed to realize and experience on my journey. And we won't do only the theory, we'll do a bit of movement of the body later on too, so because it's 2 hours, I don't want us to sit all the time. But I wanted to start, oh, that's a reminder too. Okay, sorry, the WhatsApp was on. Yeah, I want to start with a talk about Shiva and Shakti. So we live in a world where, unfortunately, the masculine turned into a patriarchy that dominated our world for millennia now. More than 6 millennia, definitely. We have been under the foot of patriarchy, and the feminine aspect could not give its full expression. In fact, the potential that we have as women could not be realized. And that's why everyone suffered, you know, and there was an imbalance. We know how horrible the dark Middle Ages were, how many intuitively attuned women who were just deeply in touch with nature, were involved with herbal healing and stuff like that, were burnt as witches, were tortured. How many women were raped? How many women had to undergo horrendous humiliation in public, in their families? And until today, we have genital mutilation in different countries, especially in Africa. During my master's degree, I had a class in gender and violence, and I was shocked to learn just how prevalent this is. How many girls are kind of persuaded to, in their teenage days, to go into a tent, and with a piece of a glass, they remove the clitoris. It says indescribably painful, and they are indoctrinated and made believe that that's how they are made pure, that they are dirty just because they have female genitals. So I know this sounds incredible, but it is a reality for many, many women in Africa and in Asia as well. Secondly, they also stitch the vulva, you know, so the entry into vagina is kind of stitched with a needle and a thread and stuff like that. It's really horrible things. So our teacher of gender violence was a really remarkable woman who was sexually abused twice, and she found her way of healing from this by teaching this class. So that was a really big message for me. And I personally met many women who have been abused, and because I have been blessed with a certain healing method that flourished when Mohanji came into my life, because I also felt I needed a protection from the dark energies. So it's called Maitri method. And through Maitri, I have been able to see through my inner vision so many karmic structures and so many karmic patterns that bring women into this subjugated position. And very often girls who have been, for example, abused by their father through incest in the family and horrible things, or uncles and stuff, they end up attracting a husband or a partner who is abusive. Things like this keep happening. So this kind of broken record, the pattern that goes on and on and on, is something that happens due to the magnetic power of painful impressions. So as women, we have to support one another and say that you can all break this pattern. So what I discovered is that healing someone, doing the healing sessions of any form, is not enough until that woman who is in the position of being abused actually takes responsibility and comes out of that invisible bubble by taking responsibility, by helping others. So social service, again, as our beloved Shirdi Baba kept saying, and many other masters, social service is a way of cutting through the cords of karma and stepping into your own power by being the one who gives. So my professor, Cynthia, who was teaching this gender violence, she said also that the time when she actually stopped having nightmares and the time when she came out of this horrible trauma that she had by being sexually abused was the time when she started to teach other women, to help other women to travel to these areas and spread the knowledge of women empowerment. So I have been talking with our Ananda Devi and Ananda Karunesh. Our dream is also to have a ashram or a spiritual center for women, where women who have been abused, have been victims of violence, or have been humiliated in various ways and deprived of their dignity and power, where they can escape from that kind of world, come together, heal, and then engage into some form of creative work and social service where they will be permanently empowered and healed and can then go into the world and live their lives. I really feel there's a high need for such places. One of my friends who was part of our ACT Foundation, she traveled to Thailand, and she said that you probably know that in Thailand, prostitution is really high rate. There's a lot of tourism business with transgender, with girls who are very young, really, really high level of prostitution and porn and all that, porn industry. And there's so many girls who are like my age, in their 40s, who are being considered by these mafiosos who run this business. They're considered as worn out vaginas. They're already like old and worn out because they've been forced into prostitution when they were like 16, 17, and until their 40s, they are considered as worn out. So we can actually take them out and put them through a process of rehabilitation, because even these mafiosos would not even chase them because they consider them as already old and worn out. Can you believe it? It's like so as if they're worth nothing but their vagina. There's no other worth for them. The word vagina, by the way, is of Latin origin, and it means the actual leather kind of hold into which you put the sword. So in the olden days, when men used to use swords to fight in the battles, they put that sword into some kind of a leather holder, and that thing into which you put the sword is vagina. So the word vagina originates from that, and that perfect, subtle message is that this vagina is worth nothing more than to be a place into which a penis is put, and this is something that's really, really humiliating for women. Throughout the ages, women have been branded as witches. Any woman that rises up has been put down. Yesterday, I hope I conveyed for you the message of Mary Magdalene, who was deprived of her rightful role as a Shakti of Yeshua, and she was put just as one of the apostles, or branded as a prostitute on top of that, who then repented. Of course, she must have been impure, and then she had purified and was given the privilege of being around Jesus, but she had to be impure before that. And Mother Mary was pure, but she's a virgin. God forbid, if she actually had a man with whom she made love, because then she's impure. So these kind of messages have been subtly put into the psyche of people for millennia now. And as I said the other day, we are now reaching a time just like at the time of ancient Vedic India, when Shiva and Shakti were considered as one and together equally powerful, equally relevant. One with the other cannot exist, and one with the other makes no sense. Our whole world is about Shiva and Shakti, yang and yin, if you want to use the Chinese mythology. So I'll just start with my presentation and share with you what I have prepared. Just a moment. There it is. So first I wanted to start with this powerful information. This is the Kamakya temple. In the ancient India, there are this Shakti peats, some of the most powerful places of energy. And one of them is exactly this Kamakya temple, where menstruating goddess was celebrated. So today we live in a world where menstruation is mainly considered as something, us as women are a bit shy about, oh, I got my period and I'm now, have to hide. And it's as if it's something dirty, not so, something I should be quiet about or even ashamed about. So we see here that there was a temple dedicated to a menstruating goddess. And this is what we need to bring back into our world. So I was really blessed just a couple of weeks back. I was in India and I visited this amazing saint called Devi Amma, who is in the downloads directly from the Akash and is in telepathic communion with the sage Agastya from Satya Yuga. And she's real. She is such an amazing saint. Many people who used to come and visit Satya Sai Baba in the summer camp Vrindavan in Whitefield near Bangalore, they used to always come to Devi Amma as well, because she became famous and people keep coming to her. So the same happened to me when I went to India in 2006. First time ever I met Satya Sai Baba. I heard about Devi Amma from a friend of mine, went there, and my whole life changed. She was the one who told me, masters have somebody special for you. And that was the moment where in my mind, I opened up to believe that I could have a spiritual master as my husband. So it was Devi Amma. I really can never stop being grateful to this amazing saint. So I went to visit her and we spoke about, I spoke about the women's circles and even this international Devi Circle, and she gave her blessings for this work. She also gave me a blessing to publicly speak about something that she downloaded from consciousness. It is a direct testimonial of Lopamudra, who was the wife of Sage Agastya, and their love story, and how it felt to be in love in Satya Yuga. So this is my next project. I'm going to record this and it will be shared on YouTube sometime soon. I cannot say exactly when. I have a lot of different tasks within Mohanji Foundation and my own work, but I will do my best to, in the next couple of months, to complete that. And then we somehow came to the topic of Kamakya temple. And she's like, of course I know about Kamakya temple. And somebody was there present in the temple recently and brought me this. So I keep this in my special, I'll just show it to you. This is from Shirdi Baba, but this is a piece of cloth from Kamakya temple. This cloth was white and it is then placed at the time when the pujas are done, and actually the water that comes out of this crack, which represents the yoni, and the water by itself becomes red, and this cloth is put there, and then the cloth is colored into red. So this special, she told me to keep it on my altar and not to carry it anywhere around, so I keep it here. But I wanted to show you this. I've actually, from Devi Amma's hand, got a piece of cloth from Kamakya temple. And I felt this was just such a blessing to delve deeper into these topics that we are dealing with right now. Okay, so next is this is a beautiful image of Ardhanarishvara, which is half Shiva, half Shakti. And all of us have Shiva and Shakti as our innate potential, as the actual archetype input in the collective consciousness. So Shiva and Shakti are not about a person. There's some man Shiva and a woman Shakti, right? These are the archetypes that all of us embody. And these archetypes, they need to be in balance within individuals. And as women, of course, we have more of a Shakti energy within, but we also have that strong Shaivik energy as well. And as women, we embody the Shakti more, and we are meant to feel all the different aspects of Shakti, just like Goddess has many aspects. You know, she can be really soft and gentle. She can be powerful and fierce as Kali, and strong and courageous as Durga, right? So there's art, there's knowledge, there are different aspects. And all of this is within our goddess that we embody and the Shakti principle. Now, this is how Kailash looks when you see from above, right? If you travel by an airplane, you will realize that Kailash mountain, which is considered the crown chakra of planet Earth, and the most powerful place where beings of higher consciousness from other lokas kept visiting planet Earth for millennia. So it's much more than just a mountain. This is indescribable energy. Just by looking at it, you can see that it's just beyond powerful. And around it is a massive yoni. So there is a Shiva lingam in the middle and a massive yoni. And many people who see Kailash, they only see the Kailash picture. They don't know about the yoni around it. So very rarely you actually see this image. And I wanted to show it. So this yoni has exact shape of our yoni space. So I'll just clarify about the yoni. When we say yoni, we mean the womb. Womb has a space of downward triangle, right? So that's why when we put that, this is how it looks like. So when you put your thumbs together around and you touch your navel and your forefingers go down towards your genitals, you're actually right there at the space of yoni, right? So that downward triangle is the symbol of Shakti. And our vulva, which is the outer part of our genitals, has this shape. So I just wanted to clarify this. So everything, vulva, vagina, and actual womb, all fall under yoni. In Sanskrit, Sanskrit always has multiple or multi-dimensional meanings, you know, that you need like a whole chapter to just explain one word because Sanskrit is so powerful. But I just wanted to clarify about yoni. I've been blessed to go to Kailash and do the yatra 3 times. And the third one was also, no, the second one was the inner Kora. It was one of the most powerful experiences of my life. And I really recommend everyone to travel. I intend to go again in 2026. And Mohanji said we should bring our daughter Mila as well. She will be 15 at that time. And I do intend to take her because 2026 is the Deva Kumbh. It's you do one yatra, you go around the Kailash. It's worth as 12 yatras, you know, so it's like a very powerful time to go. So if you have plans, you're welcome to join us in 2026. Even though Mohanji Foundation organizes every year, this year, last year, and we'll see about this year, the Chinese government did not allow Indian citizens to go, only foreigners. And that's why our group was much smaller. But we do hope they will change their mind. They'll put that intention that they become more reasonable and allow pilgrims to go and visit Kailash next year onward. You can see this image. This is how always Shiva Shakti balance is shown through lingam and yoni as a base. So all of you from India will be familiar with that. Okay, this is yet another depiction of the same thing. Okay, now we come to Kailash. So aside from the yoni that surrounds the Kailash mountain, there is another representation of Shakti, which is just like, you know, Shiva holding his Shakti on his lap. And she's smaller, but she's the actual center of power. And I'm going to show her now. I'll just show it. I hope you can see the small kind of pyramid right there with the snow on top. So there's this Dr. Moldashev from Russia who actually showed, he has a proof, he studies eyes, human eyes, iridology, and he has proved that these are all pyramids, you know, and these are the drawings. So you can see actually how it looks like. There are different pyramids around, and this one is the Shakti one. And this is the most powerful part of the entire Kailash. You can see there's a small pyramid on top, always covered by snow. There's no time in the year when there's no snow here. And what Dr. Moldashev says is that this is where in the ancient times, the most powerful crystal was placed. And this crystal has a power to affect human mind, positively or negatively. So it is held as the most precious crystal ever. It's called Shantamani stone, and it is kept right there where the Shakti is. And anyone coming closer to this area will have a complete Kundalini activation. So it is most sacred part. This is where the Saptarishi cave is nearby. And going for inner Kora, it's very, very challenging because a lot of your painful impressions will, just like popcorn in the microwave, the heat increases and the popcorn just pop out. So all your impurities, all your fears, all your painful impressions, it's all coming out. Kundalini activation. So if Kundalini has a lot of blockage on her way, you can go crazy or you can die. So only if you're purified enough, you can come closer. But nobody has ever climbed this Shakti aspect of Kailash. There is no way. It's very, very tall and inapproachable, and you cannot come by any rope or any means of that. And nobody has ever dared to come close. At the year when I went for Kailash Yatra, we heard that 30 Chinese soldiers with backpacks and stuff tried to go to Kailash and step there because they're totally disrespectful. They're communist and they're totally disrespectful to these energies, and they all died. All 30 of them died, and that was proof of just the power of what I'm talking here. So just look at this beautiful image of Shiva, and on his lap, on his right side, is the Shakti, and she is smaller, but she's the one who contains all the power. And that is the universal message for all of us, that woman doesn't need the muscles. She has all the power. She's smaller, but in a way, she is the Shakti, you know. And so all of you women, remember that this is the universal truth, and it's time that we embody it. You know, once the sacred feminine is in balance, also sacred masculine will function exactly like this picture. This is a mirror to our own Shiva Shakti balance on earth. Big muscle men who treasure their women, and they know that they are the secret of their success, their stability, their power. Their women are the ones who make them stable. So this is the experience that I had. It's just, when I think of this, it makes me very emotional. It was a very powerful experience that happened during my first trip to Kailash, and I just wanted to share a bit now from our story. I'll just show, Mohanji has had Shiva experience. He has had an experience where at one point, he was in one puja room of an ashram, and it happened. There was a full explosion of consciousness, and he saw planets in a distance, and, you know, he was totally expanded. And you can see like how the vibhuti, the sacred ash, forms like galaxies around his third eye, and it kind of goes up. It goes up here towards the crown, and there's like a small cobra protecting the third eye. It's not fully visible on this photo, but from a distance you can see that the top of the head had a vibhuti formed in the shape of Kailash, and that was just so beautiful. So Mohanji really has a deep connection with Shiva aspect in him. He's very Shaivic. He's very powerful and commanding, and his willpower is like so great. And creating this platform of our foundation in more than 80 countries, inspiring so many people. You cannot do that if you do it for any egoistic reason, only when you feel fully aligned with the consciousness. But in this moment, I never expected this would happen. We were just before going for Kailash Yatra, you come to Mansarovar Lake. And I was there at a time where I didn't see it, but there was another woman from Croatia who went into meditation at the time, and we were at Mansarovar. And she saw that there was a huge number of souls following us. And they knew there would be, that Mohanji would go into expanded state, and there would be a portal opening for them to go into the light. These were trapped souls. So they followed us. And at one point, Mohanji was in the Mansarovar Lake. We were taking dips. You remember your ancestor, you dip in this ice cold water. Then you remember your family members, then your guru. So you keep taking these dips, but it's freezing cold, and at some point you have to come out, And at the time when I was about to come out, I had this sudden urge, I need to touch Mohanji's feet. I just got it. And I looked back, and he was on his way out. And I was like, Mohanji, wait for me. And then my other friend, Spomika, she was like, Mohanji, Devi is coming. And then I came to him, and I didn't know what was happening. This is totally not from the mind. I just dived into the water and placed my forehead on his feet. And when I came out, there was a friend, Sumit, who took a photo. And you can see it was like a scar on my forehead. This vertical third eye and 3 lines representing 3 gunas. They're right there, 1, 2, and 3, and the vertical eye. So that showed on my forehead. And when Mohanji poured water on me, he just first held my face like this. Then he threw from his hand water on my head, and I felt like it came from the top of the mountain. And it was peeling something off of me. It was like so intense. Like I was crying and shivering, and my heart was beating like so fast. And then 2 more times it happened. I dive in, come out, he does that. 3 dips I took. 3 times this happened. And that was the time when this woman saw that all these souls who came, the trapped souls, they all got liberated. But with that, there was a dark force that came as well. And that dark force was angry that Mohanji was liberating these souls, that this portal was open. So there would be a revenge. So in the meditation, Shirdi Baba came to this woman, and he told her, Mohan will die soon. Like there's a huge danger. He's in huge danger, and he will die soon. And then she prayed, and she said, can you do something about it? He said that he can divert it into character assassination. And then soon after Kailash, there was a huge attack on Mohanji's reputation. And there was a woman who started sending this emails that Mohanji is touching women and some all sorts of nonsense. And there was like a huge, these emails were sent everywhere. And, when your reputation is tainted, it's like you're guilty. Even if you say something, you don't say something, you're tainted. It's like, it's a horrible experience. And we were just at the onset of the spiritual mission. We didn't, it was like very tough. I left my job. He left his job. We were a small child, and this attack was on. So anyway, the full story is in my book and this YouTube series, My Journey with Mohanji. So you can watch that. I don't want to go into details. But this was the moment where I experienced something far beyond myself. It was like so huge and primordial and intense. And and when I look at this image on my forehead, I'm like, oh my God, I've glanced at that moment from my inner vision. I saw the power of Shiva and Shakti. I can't really convey this in words, but I just felt like sharing this with you. It was massive. Okay, and this is one of my favorite photos. When we just met, Mohanji and I see we were much younger in 2007. You can see clearly this cross of light on my forehead. I never saw it. Only like 2-3 years later, I saw this. And you can see here like number 3 and a small hook here. This is Om. So Om and cross appeared on our foreheads. And, you know, this is like yet another most amazing and treasured image that I have in my library. Okay, now I want to talk about Shiva and Shakti messages from another amazing location, Peru. You probably recognize this is Machu Picchu, right? So you would see this image of this beautiful Machu Picchu, where ancient civilization with very high level of consciousness, the Mayas and Incas, they were living there, and they had insights astrologically through consciousness that were way beyond our current level of consciousness. Many believe there were civilizations, the so-called aliens, who were actually guiding them, especially Sirius and Pleiades. This shape, I would have never noticed that this is a shape of a man's profile. And now when you see on this image, you'll be like, oh, most definitely. But that's not the end to the story. I mean, I was fascinated when then I was shown that the same image, the same mountain, just looked from a different angle. If you go slightly to the left, you can see the profile, like this is the nose, this is the mouth, the chin, right? And the temple here, we went to this temple, is right on the third eye of the Shakti. And she's lying on her back and she hugs her heart. No? So this is the hand. It's such an amazing thing. It's on the same mountain, just from like, you look with different angle, just a bit of a different angle. Actually, his profile is still there. You know, so this can be either, I hope you get it. This can be either his nose, or it can be her chest, you know, and her head being down. So it's the same mountain, but just looking different parts of it. This is actual Shiva Shakti. I mean, I was so impressed with this mountain. I mean, oh my God, you know, and the energies there, absolutely stunning. So you really, if you can, you need to take this pilgrimage, follow the trails of Incas and go there and experience the Shiva Shakti energy at this holy place. It's really amazing. We've been there twice, really enjoyed it. It's just the most amazing location. There was I. I just want to show how they look, this Quechua people. They're so beautiful. They're so cute, but they're very poor as well. And you can see their teeth are very weak because they mainly eat potato. And we did a lot of charitable work there for them to dental or hygiene workshops and delivering food and stuff to help them. Really, there's a lot of poverty, unfortunately, there. This is how their shamanic priests look like. They're so beautiful. And they did this most amazing ritual for us. And the moment we finished, the rain fell. And we could just feel it so deeply. Their connection with Pachamama, or the earth, the Mother Earth and her elements, it is so profound. They are so connected and so pure. It's really amazing. This is the ritual of cleansing that he did, where they remove any energies from you. And there are so many places related to Shiva Shakti or Yoni and Lingam. So, for example, this rock is very famous. You can really see it really looks like a Yoni. And I also found one such rock in India. This is the cave, entrance to the cave where Bhagavan Nityananda, great master, whose samadhi is in Ganeshpuri, not so far from Shirdi in Maharashtra. He meditated in this cave, and I just love this image, and I love the energy there. And this is one ancient temple in Puri, where Monji and I performed this. We were guided into this most amazing ritual. And this is a time in my life when, I don't know, is it just me? But I really feel these images just bring in that Vedic India energy. And it was just such a beautiful and powerful puja, which I will never forget. And the priests had this most divine voices, and the way they chanted in Sanskrit, and the way it all sounded, and the energy we felt there. This is one ancient Shiva temple in Puri. Really powerful. And, you know, I have this great love for Vedic India. I feel it deeply in my heart. I was confirmed by Devi Amma that I did live in Satya Yuga. And I do remember it. I remember how it's supposed to look like. You know, how our life is supposed to be. Not this misery that we see around us right now. All these conflicts and wars and fake media and all these, you know, industries that rule our media, and selfishness, greed, fear and greed. It is all about love. And I do believe it is, as I say, our responsibility to bring the vibe of Satya Yuga back. And that's where I bring my Devi Amma. Just look at that powerful eyes. And she's like, for me, timeless saint whom I love so much. And when she was a young girl, she said she always felt she was covered with golden blanket. And she thought that all the children get covered with golden blanket. But later on, she realized from her sisters that they don't feel or see this golden blanket. And then she went through some experiences of her own, some tests and stuff. And then there was an intervention of Agastya, and she was guided and telepathically guided. And then she chose not to marry, not to have a worldly life, but to serve. So since 2006, she sits in the same room that this was just 3 weeks back that I visited her. In the same room, I saw her in 2006, and she's been there for decades. She doesn't travel anywhere. She receives people, and she doesn't need to travel anywhere because she travels through consciousness. And she really lives that principle. I have everything within me, and I need nothing from the outside world. And these are these beautiful images of Agastya, the great sage, and Lopamudra, who was known for her beauty. And she's so beautiful on this statue as well, but I can only imagine in live how she was beautiful. So when she was supposed to marry this Agastya, who was having a bit of belly and you know, was much older than her, her parents were appalled, you know. They were like, oh, our beautiful daughter is gonna marry this old fat guy, you know. But then she amazed all of them by her. She knew the stature of Agastya, and she was like, I was prepared to be with him all my life. I waited for him. He is the one, you know. So that their love, their story is just so inspiring. So I will share that as Devi Amma received from Lopamudra. I will share that soon, as I said. Okay, and I also met another amazing saint, Devi Amma, who, after having, I think, 3 children, if I'm not wrong, felt the inner calling. She lives just near Mukambika temple. She felt the calling to go into tapas. So she climbed this hill near Mukambika temple. Those of you who are from India, that you will know that the whole story of this hill and how, you know, I don't want to go into the story now, it doesn't matter. But anyway, this hill is like really famous. And she climbed the top of this hill and found a cave. And she sat there for 21 years. You know, she just sat there without food and water. So when you see something like this, you'll be like, you know, it's like an information you receive now in your mind. Okay, there's a woman who was a wife, mother, housewife, you know, and she just dared to do this. And, you know, I sat next to her, and one moment, one lady sang a beautiful bhajan, or there was performed. It was Mohanji's birthday, and one lady sang a song from the heart, and I held Madhavyama's hand, and suddenly I felt that power of her tapas, you know, of all the challenges she went through, being a woman without food and water for 21 years in a cave. And I listened to a story when once she got like immensely thirsty, she felt the thirst, and she prayed, and the rain came, and she just extended her face forward and pulled the tongue out. And there was a drip of rainwater that fell on her tongue, and all her thirst was quenched. I mean, unbelievable stuff, you know? So people like this exist, you know, this is real. And they show us this too is possible. So after all this, she's now back, and she lives like a, you know, normal person, but she is not usual. Definitely, that consciousness is alive in her, and she's a great blessing to everyone. Okay. Oh, this is another image I want to share where I really felt again that vibe of ancient India. This is again in Puri, where one ancient temple, and these are the feet of Guru Tattwa. Such a beautiful energy there. You just can't but feel the ancient India right now at the present time. Okay, so that's that from me. Okay, and Sumana, am I spotlighted, or you see me only on a small screen? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, you're spotlight, and it's clear now.
Okay. I just, because on my screen I see Devi Circle on the screen. Okay, doesn't matter. So I wanted to also share, speaking about this, something that just astonishes your mind, and like, how is this possible? Just the other day I got a gift. I'll just show you. I keep it in the small vessel, but this is the plant. It's like an air plant, right? And this friend of mine, Alexandra, she said, because of my hair, it reminds her of me. But look at this air plant, yeah. And I never heard, I didn't know this was possible. There's a plant that doesn't require any earth, and you just sprinkle a bit of water on it like once a week, and there it is, you know. So this just, you know, reminds me of all the possibilities. Oh, me. All the possibilities of consciousness that are right there. You're telling me to plug in the charger? Totally missed it. Okay, there we are. Okay. Sorry. So all of this just shows us the great potential that like all of us have, and the potential that actually refers to consciousness. So now I'll just stop here with all the talking, and I wanted to share something with you that when I started to conduct, thank you, Sheila. When I started to conduct women's circles, I have seen that most ladies have some blockage or stuck energy in the area of second chakra, you know, and either it's related to sexual shaming, or it comes from collective consciousness, because this whole process of making us feel shameful somewhere about being a woman, you know, it is there. So I want to speak about importance for us of movement of the hips. So moving your hips, how important it is. I have noticed that ladies who practice Latino dances, salsa, belly dances, or any form of dance where there's movement of the hips, they get into this connection with the natural flow of energy through the second chakra by default, because dance is the most powerful way of embodying the Shakti energy, because water element, which is the second chakra, we know water needs to flow. So what I do first is like I invite women to join me in a form of dance where we consciously move our hips and we don't allow the feeling of shyness or shaming to come through as you do that, And many women have a problem with it. They just kind of like move a little bit, but it's kind of doesn't happen. This movement of hips is like such a issue for women. So I wanted us to just take a moment to connect with second chakra, do a bit of movement, and in your mind, connect with at least 4,000 years ago. But probably it's like at least 5,000 years ago. It's difficult to say exactly the time, but definitely more than 4,000 years ago, when it was still possible to experience dance of the goddess, or the actual worship of women in the temples, women who dance, and people, men and women, young or old, who come and watch them moving their hips, watch them dance, admire their curves, and see that as divine and pure. So this is something we have lost completely in our society. And I feel when we bring that back, when us as women, wherever you have a chance to dance, if you can dance consciously, bringing in the hip movement without shyness and without shaming, you will be bringing through that energy. I can't tell you how important this is. I'm now going to conduct one women's circle in Slovenia in one spa, but there are thermal waters, and we'll spend 2 days in this beautiful hotel, which has water around it in the shape of yoni. It's very interesting synchronicity. And we will actually go into the water, experience the hip movement inside the water. We will be, in the bathing suit and without shaming each other's bodies. We need to learn, how many of you probably have this feeling when you wear a bikini, or, when you remove your clothes. It all depends on the cultures, but I know in India, very often women don't even remove their clothes to the point of bikini. So don't even know what I'm talking about. But in countries where you actually wear a bikini, how women feel so shy about it, because we are so judgmental about our bodies. Our body actually feels this, when you don't love your body, when you shame it, these impressions, they go straight into the part called fascia. Fascias are like a connective tissue between the muscles and the skin, and they have crystalline structure. So we know that crystals, by their nature, they convey information. So the moment you feel this, oh, my body is so ugly, I don't like this, I don't like that, that feeling as information goes through, So we as women, we used to, millennia back, we used to meet in hammams and spas, and women used to actually remove all their clothes and respect their temple, the physical temple of the soul, as it is. And all sorts of bodies were there. Older women, where breasts are already like loose and hanging, and there's cellulite, there's fat, everything is there. but none of it is ugly or deemed ugly, and none of it is shameful. You know, so people who go to nudist beaches, hopefully if the other people cooperate, they kind of start feeling that, you know, body is not to be ashamed of. But majority of people never get that experience, and especially women. So women's circles used to be the places where teenage girls see their grandmas naked, and there's no shame. And you know, they get introduced into the femininity in this way. So for us right now, it's unthinkable, right? We can't imagine that we would come to some spa and be naked in front of each other. We can't even imagine being in bikini in front of each other. So I was like, okay, maybe I won't go as far as asking everyone to remove fully the clothes, but at least in the bikini, we will come together and help each other not to be ashamed if we are not perfect physically, right? Because the way you connect with your feminine nature is not by being perfect. It's about connecting with your yoni space and with your curves and feeling comfortable in your body, you know. You can lose a kilo or gain a kilo, you know, it will all happen, you know, just with a bit of effort. But don't hate your body, don't shame your body, and never ever be ashamed of your feminine curves. This is something that is supposed to be admired, and men do admire. You know, there are so many men who are more attracted to women who are slightly plump and curvy than who are like super skinny. This whole idea that only if you're super skinny you're attractive is actually false. You know, if you ask men, they will tell you. You know, we don't really get attracted to like skin and bone. You know, so, and it's really not about your kilos or how fat or skinny you are. It's about how comfortable you feel in your body. So what we'll do now is I would like you to switch your cameras on and to follow me for a little bit of a hip movement. And then we'll just, I'll just explain what we're going to do. First, we'll start by exercising the sphincter muscles. So I do this as part of an entire process of like 90 minutes plus called conscious dancing. But now we'll do just 2 songs, you know, very, very short glimpse of what we do in conscious dancing related to second chakra. So we'll start with sphincter muscles. Now, sphincter muscles are very important. And if you don't exercise them, you end up in your older age, you end up passing urine when you don't want to, incontinence, right? Oh, Kanchan said 2-minute break. Okay, I'll give you the break. Toilet, no problem. So you end up having incontinence. You know, you have to wear pads. You know, so this is all can be prevented if you just add to your daily routine exercise of your sphincter muscles. So please try doing this. It's very simple. You just you can assume different positions. It can be squatting with your elbows between the knees. I'll just show that. That's like where you really feel it the most, but not every woman. If you have hip problems or knee problems, you may not be able to do this position. So if you can't do this, you do it standing, just standing with your feet slightly apart, you can do it. But I'll just show a position where we practice this in yoga. And this position is really good for practice of sphincter muscles. Okay, I'll just show you. So what you do is you squat with your toes slightly pointed outward, and you put your feet on the ground and your elbows push the knees out, and you place your palms together like this, right? So for me, it's very comfortable. I can do this easily, but I practice yoga. So if you can do this, then you can really feel now it's like all open right here in the yoni area, and you just contract, release, contract, release, right? If you cannot do that, then you can stand, and just standing, you just contract, release, contract and release. Okay, so I'll just give you a small break. Okay, are we all back? So, so you can just assume some kind of standing position. You need a bit of space. Okay, switch on your cameras. Don't be shy. We are breaking through that shyness. So before I start the song, I'll just remind you of the eternal rule: where the attention goes, the energy flows, right? So I would like your attention to be on your second chakra, just a bit above the pubic bone, right? So right there above the pubic bone is the area of second chakra. So we will be energizing that area. Now, whenever we move the body forward, we'll just do a little bit of circles now, warm up the hips. Okay, so warm up the hips. Now, when we come forward with a circle, you close the sphincter muscles, tighten them. And when you go back, you open them. So I'll just show my hand here. Close, open, close, open. Why do we say close and open? Because you're also practicing energetically. You close and open your yoni space, you know? So this is also practicing. You are in control of whom you receive in your space of yoni. And this is your inner heaven, right? This is the most sacred space, and every woman has a control, you know? I have written in my book, I was almost abused sexually twice, and each time when my voice connected with the yoni, I was able to find the right words and the energy that stopped that person from doing that. And I know that you can do it as well, you know? So it's all about feeling connected with your yoni space. So feel the yoni space as we move in a circle. Tighten, open, close, open, and just feel the space here. I open the gate, I close the gate. I open the gate, I close the gate, right? So you, through your sphincter muscles, you also exercise control that affects your mood, you know? So whenever you feel anger, you can start contracting the sphincter muscles and it will dissipate the anger. Sphincter muscles are really important. So we will exercise them through the song. Before we start that, I'll just share with you something that's important for us women. I mean, it's for everybody, but especially for hormonal balance and the flow of sexual creative energy. This is called super brain yoga. So we'll do that first. It's called super brain yoga in the West, but in India, it was traditionally known as topu karanam. And you can still see people doing some form of it in front of Ganesha temples. So you hold the opposite earlobe. Your feet are slightly like Charlie Chaplin, so it's easier to squat with the heels on the ground. Ideally, your heels should be on the ground when you squat. So you squat, you inhale, you roll your eyes up, Shambhavi Mudra, and tip of the tongue goes on the palate, Kechari Mudra. So you go inhale, go down, eyes up, tongue up, exhale, exhale through the nose, and push the energy from perineum, root of the spine, all the way out through the crown. Okay, so hold the opposite earlobe. We'll just do 10 of them, and you'll see how this balances the left and right side of the brain, and it also balances the energy across the chakras and hormonal system, endocrine system. Okay, and go. Inhale, go down, look up, tongue up. Exhale. Imagine the energy is pushed to the crown and out of your head. Inhale. Keep looking up. Tongue and eyes are all the time up. Okay, let's go. Inhale. Okay, now just relax your arms, bring your feet closer, close your eyes, breathe normally, and just notice how the entire system adjusts to different energy. You get into that feeling of alignment straight away. And you can teach this to teenagers, especially when the hormones start working, sexual energy, they get a bit jittery and restless, lose their concentration. This Topu Karanam is going to help them. Okay, but for us also, we don't want to lose the flow of sexual energy, but we don't want to be cut off. Even if you're celibate, even if you don't have a partner, you need the energy to flow. Otherwise, you don't feel balanced and healthy. It's how you direct it. It can be directed into creative work, but it flows, right? So it's really, really important not to cut yourself off, And also, we'll now raise the arms a bit. Connect with your feminine curves, right? So that ability to move the hips, it's really, really important. You need soft knees, right? Knees are soft, neck is soft, and you move the hips. Now, this movement of the hips is actually the healthiest, is the so-called lemniscata, which is horizontal 8, like the symbol of eternity. Right hip, left hip. So you can round one hip and round the other. Soft knees, right? Elbows up. And this is so healthy. You can really feel right there, your yoni is there, and it goes one and other. You can even use your shoulders. Then another healthy movement for us, and you can see this a lot in belly dance, and even in the folklore dances that I danced in Balkan region, is shaking of the breast. So we have to allow the breast to shake, and a little bit of like this. This is all very healthy. It connects the whole system and our feminine energy. We need this, So it's just that it comes straight away as with shaming. So we'll consciously remove shaming from it right now. We are in the circle online, and we are doing this together. Okay, so I'm going to play the song. First, we'll do the sphincters. I'll just show you front and back. You can go one leg and the other, or front and back, but just close, open, close, open. One side, other, just improvise your movement. You can go front and back or right and left, but one side close, one side open. Attention is right here above the pubic bone and the sphincters. The sphincters between vagina and anus, exactly that part. You can just feel it. Tighten, release. Tighten, release. If it's easier, you can close your eyes. If not, just look at me on my screen and I will guide you. Once I play the music, you won't hear my voice. So I'm just going to be showing with my hands. At some point, we will shift from the sphincters more to the hip movement, right? So there, we just need to feel all the time, feel the second chakra and feel your hips, okay? So let us do this. I will just share the sound. Are you ready? Good. There we go. Okay. Well done, well done. I saw you. Okay, so we'll just do one more song. Now be aware, if you feel shame, just dish that program away from your brain. There's no shame. Shaking your hips, moving your breast, shaking the breast, shaking the hips, no shaming there. Really become aware of it. Don't let that program stop you. Now we'll imagine we are barefoot on the sand, on Hawaii, on some island like that, with that Hawaii skirt on. Imagine your body exactly the way you would like it to be. You fully embodying your feminine energy and just enjoy it. Well done, you. Well done. Okay. Now we'll just sit down. Catch this energy and sit down. Breathe. And just notice, if you were focusing all this time on your second chakra, you will feel opening of the energy right there in the area of your pelvis, second chakra, and you can easily feel like a ball, open ball of energy of your yoni. So we'll just now catch our breath. Breathe until you feel your heart rate slowly reducing. We'll just do 3 breaths with exhalation through the mouth. Third one. Oh. Right. Okay, and now we'll just do a bit of meditation to invoke the balance of Shiva Shakti energy in our system. We'll apply our knowledge from before. So first we'll cleanse the central meridian. Imagine the golden energy above their head. Inhale it to the root and exhale dark smoke above the crown. Let's go together. Inhale golden energy down to perineum. Exhale dark smoke. Any heavy motions. Inhale pure golden energy to perineum. Exhale dark smoke. A bit faster. Golden in, dark smoke out. Faster. Faster. Keep expelling the dark smoke as you exhale. And super fast. And relax. Natural breathing. Now it is naturally slow and deep. Feel your central axis like a hollow straw connecting the root of your spine, perineum, and the crown. And now send your full attention to your womb space, to your yoni. We'll feel it like a ball of golden energy, perfectly shaped, soft, golden, warm. We'll further imbue it, enrich it with energy, divine goddess energy. Interlace the three fingers, forefinger and thumb together, yoni mudra, right? And keep the thumbs at the height of the navel, forefingers pointing down between your legs. Just feel your yoni space and we'll find your deep voice. Just test your voice until it descends into its deepest, most relaxed version. When your throat is tight, your yoni is tight, right? They are connected. So deepen your voice. Deep and soft. You don't have to be loud. Just have your deep, vibrating voice. Inhale from your stomach. Feel your yoni all the time. And we'll start with Hri. 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 Feel your yoni. Hri. Hri. Keep chanting, feeling your yoni filling up with golden light. From your heart, send all your love and appreciation into the golden space of your womb. Right. And relax. You can relax your hands, palms facing upward. And now we'll start with Huang So. If you're new to it, you can just follow the sound. Contract your sphincter muscles and release. Inhale through the nostrils. Look up towards your crown. Feel your crown. And exhale, relax your eyes. Relax your entire body, travel down to perineum. Contract the sphincters, release. Look up, feel the crown. And relax your face and exhale. Contract, release. Inhale through the nostrils. Look up, feel the crown. Concentrate on your central axis. Contract, release. Contract, release. Feel the crown. Nothing else exists. And exhale. Warm exhale down to your perineum. Contract, release. Feel the crown. Look up with your eyes closed. And relax your eyes and exhale. Contract, sphincters, release. Look up, feel the crown. And relax and release. So contract, release. Feel the crown. Contract, release. Feel the crown. Contract, release. Contract, release. Contract, release. Feel the crown. Two more. Contract, release. Focus on your crown. And contract, release. Feel the crown. Now relax fully. Feel your golden central axis, your golden womb, yoni. Feel the golden energy in your heart, and a lot of love in your heart. And I will direct the power of the womb, the love of the heart, to the crown. Focus on your crown fully, and we'll chant together Om Shiva Shakti Namaha. We invite the marriage, the dance of Shiva and Shakti in the crown. Inhale from your stomach, deep voice. Om Shiva Shakti Namaha. Keep feeling your crown. Om Shiva Shakti Namaha. Concentrate on the crown. Om Shiva Shakti Namaha. 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 Very good. Stay with your full focus on your crown. Now we'll just gently move our head left and right, just like when you signal no, right? Left, right, left, right. while your attention remains on the crown. So you're moving your head gently left and right, and your attention is continuously on the crown. And we can also move the head aligned with the rhythm of the following song. Very beautiful to stay with that beautiful feeling and presence of energy and love on your crown. Maybe you feel just a bit taller. Feel the beautiful space of your yoni, your central axis, your crown, the beautiful alignment. And love in your heart that takes you back into that sacred space within you. You can always, always come back to your inner sanctuary. Whenever you fall into the traps of Maya, your mind's illusions, come back to this space. Divine is always within you. Nice. Slowly we'll bring our palms together and rub them. Make them warm. Place your palms on your eyes, relax your eye muscles. And when you feel ready, place your palms on your cheeks, opposite elbows, swipe your loving palms through your chest, breast, waistline, hips, legs. Feel your juiciness and your curves. And when you feel ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Thank you. So this is just a bit of a glimpse of the Devi circles, and it's of course always nicer when we do it longer and live, but we have shared them online as well. I'm happy that you joined. I wanted to leave last 20 minutes for Q&A. Yesterday it just went on and we were beyond our time. Hey, Elizabeth. Yeah, there was one of you asked me yesterday, one of you wrote to me that I live in an abusive environment from the husband, I think, and brother, and I don't have the money to move out, and I know I deserve a better life, but I don't know what to do. So I wanted to talk a bit about this. Oh, thank you all for beautiful messages. I wanted to talk about this a bit. You know, when I went through my crisis in Dubai, I remember I went through many ups and downs, and I wrote this in my book. So I really recommend you to find this on Amazon. In India, you can find it in Gurulight, gurulight.com, and you can order. It's cheaper to order through Gurulight, but you can also get it from Amazon. I have been through many ups and downs, and I remember distinctly this moment when I felt so helpless, and I felt like other people make it, but I just, whatever I try, you know, I can't do it. It's not happening. I can't make it. And some woman appeared and she did some energy work or something. And then when I asked her about this, she said, she really actually annoyed me when she said, you have to take responsibility. So I was like, what is she saying? You know, what responsibility? I am anyway doing my best, you know, getting all exasperated, doing this and that. And I can't earn enough money. I can't come out of all these issues. You know, where am I not taking responsibility? But actually, when we wake up in the morning and you perpetuate this feeling, oh, I'm so helpless, you know, you have to start actually holding the vision of yourself, what you want to be. And when you wake up each morning, see yourself where you want to be, what you want to be doing, how you feel when you're doing it. Bring that image before you go to sleep. Bring that image, that feeling when you wake up in the morning, and just ask yourself, what can I do today? You know, what practical steps, small steps I can do in this direction. So, for example, you want to escape from somebody who abuses you, and you would have gone, but you have nowhere to go and you have no money, right? So, you know, you are sane, you have arms and legs, you're not an invalid, right? You're smart. You can do so many different jobs. You have internet, You can connect with people, you know, so make a plan. If you want to go within India or you want to go to another country, what kind of job you could do. Apply for some jobs online, all secretly, and then see yourself already there, you know, make all preparations and just freaking escape, you know. Nobody can stop you. If you're in an abusive environment, nobody can stop you, you know. So there are always things that can be done. Sometimes when you feel stuck, you just need to change the environment. Make a change, just change something. Try something different. Even if it fails, at least you tried, you know. There's no harm in trying, even if you fail, but at least you tried. Never ever stay and say, oh, I would have, but I can't. I feel so sorry for myself. That's nonsense. That's complete nonsense. You know, you have all the power to change your life. So there are so many people out there who can also help. If you say, I need help, you know, and you voice it out. So, you know, even within this circle, you know, in this WhatsApp group, you know, you can ask for help. Maybe you need accommodation for 10 days. I remember the times when I didn't even have money to, I thought I was going to sleep in a park. And then I said, one woman received me for 2 weeks in her apartment until her husband comes back. So I was in their living room, you know. I mean, and it really saved me, you know. So I've been through this stuff, you know. I've been at the edge of death. I've been in poverty. I've been in luxury, then poverty. That's even worse, you know, when you have the money and then you don't have the money. That's like even worse than anything. So, so I've been thrown into all sorts of situations, you know. So I can really say that I speak from the experience. It will all pass. It will all pass, but you will get to connect with this power that is there, you know. It's within you, and you will start feeling, gee, I'm really protected. There is something invisible that protects me. And you know what I learned also helps a lot is to wake up in the morning and draw your energy from the morning sun. You have to be aware that we live in a time of alignment of our sun with the great central sun. This is my actual home, Sirius. So this is like completely elevated non-duality energy of purest love. And we are now shifting into that frequency because we are steering towards golden age. So now what you receive from the sun is so much more than you can imagine. And that's why in Vedic India, they used to, like women used to wear saris with belly naked. Men used to always do Surya Namaskar in the morning. Like when you pull your arms behind your ears, you can start feeling warmth around your navel straight away. So you stand in front of the sun, you do Surya Namaskar. Or if you can't do that, let's say you are not in a place where you can do Surya Namaskar, then you, sun salutations, right? Then you can just stand in front of the sun, look at the sun, and practice 360-degree awareness. You just chant Om Suryaya Namaha, and you rotate clockwise and come back. So sun is in front of you, you start rotating. Om Suryaya Namaha. And again, look at the sun, close your eyes, and as you rotate your body, feel the sun on your bindu, back of your head as well. This is how you bathe your entire aura with the sunlight, you know. You draw it from your Agnya chakra, and as you rotate clockwise, you feel it on the bindu. And you do this 7 times, and you'll see how much better you feel. It's like amazing. So sun gazing early morning, not getting, you know, bogged down by any obstacle of life is really important. And this habit of waking up in the morning and aligning yourself with the sun is very, very powerful, you know. So that is that. Secondly, when you get your periods, that day, try to be in meditation and silence as much as you can. That day when you get your period is when you go so deep into the soma energy, like water that goes into the cracks. Water can find its way into deepest cracks between the rocks. Our period is a time when we go very deep, and we are meant to not do any work and be silent. So see if you can agree with your family members not to bother you that day to do the cooking or anything. You simply sit and meditate as much as you can that day. And if you have a bit of cramps, you know, you can just go into Supta Baddhasana pose, where you lie down on your back, you keep your feet together, and you open yourself. Your knees are open, you know, and you just lie down like that. And you can place something warm on your stomach to keep your yoni warm. And then just be there, breathe into that space, then sit and meditate. So if you spend a lot of time of silence on the first day of your period, that will give you so much more energy for the entire month. And you see now this red tent movement, they are all explaining how in the ancient days, people used to come to them. They would be just this with the period in the meditative state, and people come to them for advice. They literally channel, they tune in so deep, so deep. So this is a very honorable time. And speaking of period, I just also want to clarify before I open the floor to you. Mohanji has explained to us why women don't go to temples when you have period. It's not because you're dirty or you should be ashamed or you're anything less. No, it's because there is a high activity of apana, the type of prana that is responsible for excretion. So it goes against your system to come into high vibratory energy of a temple where there is a murti, a statue of any deity with prana pratishta ceremony done on it. So that's why in ancient India they said women with period don't come in the temple, don't do the abhishek, don't touch anything there, simply because it doesn't align with your energy. In yoga, we don't do the shoulder stand or you don't pull the legs up because it goes against the flow. Same like this. So don't go to temples, don't do the inverted positions in yoga because that doesn't go well with you when you're in your period. But at the same time, feel that this period blood that comes out is very pure and sacred, you know. And if you can, go, remove your panties, squat in the yard on the grass or earth or sand, give your menstrual blood to Mother Earth. Yesterday, one lady said, what you can do for Mother Earth is walk barefoot. That's true. And also, when you have your periods, in the ancient days, women used to connect with their palms on Mother Earth, squat and just sit there for a while, let the blood flow, let Mother Earth receive the sacred juice from you. You know, I tried it once, I have to admit, and I really felt so connected with Mother Earth. It's like there's just something about it. You know, this is very ancient and very powerful. So never ever feel dirty when you have your periods. And I also want to say, please don't use the pads like this Always Carefree and all these that have plastic at the bottom. There's a thin layer of plastic. I use different pads. They're called A-Unity. I can post it in the group. This is a brand that has no plastic. Or maybe there are some other products, I don't know. Some ladies use a cup, but don't use pads with plastic. It's really not good. A lot of cervical cancer happens because of that. So that's the end of my sharing. I spoke a lot today. Okay, we've already run out of time. As Mohanji
Yes.
likes to say, one final burning question. He always does this. So like, one final burning question.
One request. One request. I request for Ananda Devima, who is a teacher for teachers we have in this meeting. She joined here, and I request Ma to share a few words about your relationship and the workshop. She has
please.
been attending this for 3 days. So
I'm not able to see, you know, who all is there because there's so many windows. So I didn't see her.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Oh, Ananda Devi, so wonderful.
I thank you from the depth of my heart. This was such an amazing workshop. And this is exactly what healing for women is about. It is so important.
You're gonna make me cry.
I noticed that afterwards, also the sharing afterwards was so touching and so emotional. And then I noticed how important it is. This is something which I feel millions of women should hear. Not only 1 or 2 or 300 or 500 millions of women have to hear this. And I thank God for you being here on the planet and doing this important work.
Wow. Oh, that's like already overflowing now.
I really hope and wish that in future you can lead millions of people through these processes and let them experience this deep healing of the feminine. So that
Thank you so much.
Can
No, I mean, I'm still kind of downloading stuff is still coming. I don't have like set things like as if in terms of techniques and stuff. And every time any Devi circle that happens, things just come. Each one is different, you know. And I just love that part. I love that feeling like you drink from the source, and it's all the time new and something. Surprises, I get surprised myself, you know. So I was thinking like today there's so many things we could have done, and yeah, I could have just gone for days now with so many other things, but we have limited to 3 days, so maybe we'll do another one at some point in time. But I'm so grateful for all the women who joined us, and yeah, I don't know what to say. This is what we were meant to do. And when two of us met, you know, there was this really special connection. I'll never forget when you came to Slovenia to Mohan Peace Center, and I was just sitting next to Ananda Devi Ma, and there was just this constant. It's like, you know, some kind of flow. I can't even explain the words. We just spoke, and she sang beautifully and stuff. But I felt something opened up, and then she told me about this international Devi Circle, and I'm like, oh, and that's how it happened. And this was meant to be, and all of us, you know, were already connected. I feel it just manifested, you know, all of us here are not by chance, you know. We all somewhere longed to extend this sisterhood and support to one another, and this is how it's manifesting. So God knows what each one of you will do for somebody else, you know. That's whatever I have shared with you in these 3 days, you're free to share with others also. But more than anything, embody yourself and give, you know, find that joy of love and sharing and give it. And just one chant of Ananda Devi Ma, this 108 names of Mother Divine, how many people have enjoyed it and really felt, you know, every time I used to teach yoga 3 times a week before, when I lived in Serbia, before Slovenia, so it was like 8 years ago. And we all felt like when we play your chant, you know, there's just like, you feel like you're like in galaxies or there's just something special feeling that comes, you know. So like what you did with just one recording of your voice, you know, already, and each one of us can contribute in this way. We don't even know what all we can do. Maybe we can't sing, but we can do something else, right? So this is a circle where we inspire one another to just give it, share. So that's what it's all about. Yeah.
The main thing is that we make ourselves available and then let the energy flow through us. The Guru Tattwa
Exactly.
is flowing through you. And then
That's exactly what Mohanji says. Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
I just make myself available, and then it all flows. Exactly what he says. Yeah,
so I think one thing which everybody who has taken part in this workshop and enjoyed the benefits of it, you should speak about it. Speak about it to your friends and to other women, because there are millions of women on this planet who need this kind of healing. And then I think you should do at least 2 workshops per year, minimum, or maybe more. Okay.
Maybe
You felt that you had a benefit from it, speak about it to others and bring them to the same healing processes, to the same program.
Okay, thank you. I'll be happy to do more. And until we meet again, I love you, all of you. Thank you for being in the circle. And it's just really, really an honor and the privilege and the joy. That's all I can say.